Facebook Live.
Good morning.
Welcome to another beautiful Friday where guess who we are missing yet again?
Mayday. You were on vacation again.
Mayday Malone out there building Christmas toys for Christmas. I am convinced he is the real Santa Claus.
Oh, there's no question about it.
Dude is always gone for something. He is somewhere building toys. I am convinced.
This is a possibility of truth. I know you don't know this, Bryant, but there's a possibility that honestly he has missed more game day shows than he has attended.
I don't think that's a possibility. I think that's an actual fact. Mayday, we had something special for you today, and you didn't even make it.
Yep.
We've upgraded, however.
We have.
We've got somebody special with us in studio today. We're going to bring Bryant Turner in with us. Bryant Turner is a pretty big deal when you come to football.
Absolutely.
And if we're going to do college game day football stuff, what better guy to have with us than Bryant Turner?
That's exactly right.
So, Bryant, we're gonna get to some football stuff shortly.
Okay.
So we're going to need your expertise. And Bryant has already guaranteed me he's going to be the best guest picker we've had so far.
Hey, I have heard some of his picks, and I can't argue with you.
Well, speaking of hearing some picks, I don't want to bury the lead here, but one Benji Wilson kind of stepped up this past week.
Look, it's okay to have a winning record for once so far in the season.
Buddy,
so it's okay.
That's a pretty solid week you had.
I'll take it.
Hey, guys, listen, so couple things real quick before we get into all the football and the fun. October 1st. All right, so means a lot of things. We got rain coming. We got all the stuff that comes with fall and all of that. But we also have Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
Yeah.
Breast Cancer Awareness Month is a very serious thing. Guys, please make sure that you talk to your loved ones, talk to people. Let them know to go get their checkups, do their self-examinations. We're going to be putting some more stuff up during the month for that. But please, it's a very serious thing, affects a lot of people, and we really want people to be safe and make sure you're getting that checked out.
Yeah, Coach is very dear to my heart too, because I've had some family members that have obviously had this and one passed from it. Yeah. So it's very much to your point. Go get the checkups. You know, you can't check on your loved ones obviously at all times, but it is very important that we do that, especially during this time of the year for sure.
And also, be checking with your marketing reps that come around to see you, because this is the time of year where we give out the thing that is probably the most popular, our Breast Cancer Awareness Month pins.
Yeah.
People love
They love them. Yep.
They love those pins. So be checking that out. I talked about the rain that comes. It seems like every October we're right in the middle of storm season. You start having those hurricanes blow in. We're going to be dealing with some of that coming up. Guys, as always, you know our number. If that is ever an issue for you, it's 205-664-6770. You know you can call us at any time.
Yep.
We're not just here. I mean, the thing about SERVPRO that's fantastic is the giant safety net we've essentially put all over the country.
That's
so
right.
if a storm rolls in North Carolina or Boston, Massachusetts, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
We've got crews that are available to go help take care of that.
And we have clients that call us, like you said, that go anywhere. Yeah. So it's good. It's good to have those relationships.
We did a massive job last year out in Louisiana for one of our local clients who had a property out there.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter where it happens. We can get you taken care of. We can make sure you're serviced and get you put back together like it never even happened.
Yeah.
See how I rolled that in there?
I like it. Now
let's get to what matters.
Hey, before we do, we've got our.
Oh, we do got to do our fourth and inches. My bad, man. Danny, that's on me. Look, I tried to skip you.
We got our 4th and inches, and you'll notice.
Daniel's spitting my drink now.
You'll notice today. Is this the first time, Bryant, you've had a 4th and inches?
This is not my first.
Okay.
time.
Okay. Well, he's got the protein shake here. It is what, Butterfinger?
Yes.
Man, and I'm telling you, it is on point.
And I want to make a point. So I've told y'all that the reason I don't do the shakes on the show is because I drink them too fast. And they don't last for the show.
You brain freeze?
Well, no, I'll be sitting here with an empty cup because
true. Okay.
the protein shakes are so good. As you can see, I drink this fast enough. I'm trying to make this last. If I had that right there, it's an empty cup, and you hear me.
I just got mine not too long ago, so
Yeah,
These
things are good, brother.
happens quick.
Hey, this autumn, this Hello Autumn, it's really good. Go
Yeah.
check it out. Go check it out. 4th and Inches right here local.
And I went with my look. I do the Maddie special all the time. I know y'all get tired of hearing that one, but that's a pretty solid drink. It's got all my favorite stuff in it. So Maddie limped around there today and made me one because she's on one leg right now. So hope you feel better, Maddie.
Yeah.
All right, Bryant Turner in studio. For those of you who don't know, Bryant spent his college playing days at UAB.
Yeah, go Blazers.
Which is a big deal this week because UAB's got a massive game in a brand new stadium, and we'll be picking that game today too. But you're talking about a defensive end who played at UAB here locally, went on to play in the Canadian Football League for the Winnipeg Blue Bombers, which is a fantastic name.
It is.
Bryant, talk to us a little bit. First of all, thanks for coming on, man.
Thank you so much.
No, first of all, I appreciate you guys having me. Super excited about today. I am a huge football fan, and honestly, it's better being a fan than a player. It really is. You know, you show up to the game with no stress at all. Go in with even less stress than that.
So you mean that it's not supposed to be stressful to be a fan? You're
I guess it
obviously not an Auburn
depends.
fan.
It definitely
We were
depends
talking
on the
about
team.
that before the show, too. That's hilarious.
Because I'd beg to differ when I was standing directly in front of the TV last week begging for us to beat Georgia State.
Oh, yeah.
That, yes, it is stressful to be an Auburn fan.
It definitely,
Very.
I guess it depends on the team. But, lately, my team, the Blazers, have been doing wonderful.
Yeah.
So it's been exciting. This has been an exciting season. You got a brand new stadium that's amazing. I was there last night. They kind of showed off the suites and the club level. It's absolutely amazing.
It is beautiful,
man. I look forward to it, man. I quick story. I was thinking about last night. I was at the stadium. I was thinking about going to Troy when I was playing, at UAB. Thinking like, man, it'd be amazing to have something like this. I think it's Movie Gallery. I believe.
Oh yeah.
And it's so much better. Thank God that didn't happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, just looking forward to it. I think we're gonna have a sold out crowd, so it's gonna be amazing.
They did.
Yeah.
The place is sold out for tomorrow against the Liberty Flames.
Yeah.
I took a tour of that place as well, and it is beautiful. They've built everything is open.
Yes.
The concept is. It reminds me a lot of the Barron Stadium.
Yeah.
The way that they've got the big concourses and it's ezy to get around and there's bathrooms. You should not need a bathroom at this place.
Yeah. Right. The Birmingham brick and steel.
Yep.
Just the feel of Birmingham is all over that stadium.
Oh, 100%.
That's
right.
awesome.
Right.
All right, you done got me fired up about
Well,
that.
hang on a professional level. Tell us
Yes.
what you do on a day-to-day basis.
So now I retired from football in 2017 I retired from Winnipeg, but I played my last 2 years in BC in Vancouver with the BC Lions. Now I'm selling real estate. It's been amazing. I'm here locally in Chelsea.
Yeah.
I love it. I get to meet new people almost every day. I love my clients, have great clients that are all around the community. So it's been going great, and I honestly can't complain at all. I'm just very blessed.
That's awesome.
In Chelsea, you've heard Bryant's name.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, everybody I know that's buying houses, even if he's not their real estate guy, they definitely know who he is. So
Definitely.
If someone needed to contact you, how would they get in touch with you?
You can call me on my phone. I'm from Mobile originally, so I still got my Mobile number at 251-243-5259. You can reach out to me on social media. I try to always post, let people know what I'm doing.
We're going to link that also.
Yeah.
Blitz_Turner and Bryant Turner Jr. Real Estate on Facebook. So any of those methods you can reach out to me basically.
Blitz_Turner.
I like that. I like that.
That's fantastic. That's great.
Speaking of Blitz,
Speaking of Blitz.
this guy Blitz.
By the way, I'm sitting here looking at you two sitting over beside each other. Benji, I know you work out a lot.
He's got me. He's got me over here. I like it. I like it. He's still in the gym, I'm sure.
I am.
He's still in the gym.
Well, yeah,
I try to be.
Way to go, Captain Obvious. So, all right, so tell us a little bit about your time at UAB.
Okay, so I came in UAB 2006. I was there from 6 through 10, played under Watson Brown, played under Neil Callaway. We had some struggling years. It wasn't the funnest place to play other than One thing I will say about our team, we had a very close team.
Yeah.
Because we like to party a lot. You know, it was like, hey, we ain't winning games. Let's get together and hang out.
Fun.
You know what I mean? So that was one thing. You build a lot of bonds. You know, UAB being in the city of Birmingham, a lot of people end up staying in the city.
Yeah.
So, you know, tomorrow I'll see probably have my teammates out there tailgating tomorrow, which is an amazing thing. I think we got over 300 players coming back to the game tomorrow. Yeah, and they got a player section, which is really cool.
That is cool.
Yeah, so, you know, you get to hang out you get to watch the game that you played, you know, with your
the
friends.
People you played it with.
Exactly. It's like you can't get anything better.
That's a great idea that other places should have.
Yeah, that's true. Which they may have, but I've never heard of it.
I haven't either.
Yeah, but just, you know, went through those rebuilding years. But met some fantastic people. You know, I met my wife at UAB. So, you know.
Awesome. Well, that worked out.
Yeah. So everything's good so far, you know. And it's just exciting to go back and, you know, see, you know, at the time, I think the most games I won in the season was 5 at UAB. Yeah. And now to see that your hard work that you put in or I put in back in the day is, you know, these players are getting the payoff. Yeah. And you don't regret it. You know, okay, I'm fine with going through that. The protective stadium is what we have now. But
absolutely,
awesome.
You sort of laid the foundation for that stuff.
Right, and you know, I think every player feel that way. You know, every player, they brought us back to a couple practices, and every player feel that way. Coach Clark has done a great job of making us feel home.
I think that guy is phenomenal.
He is.
He's a great coach.
He is a great get for UAB, and I think he's going to do things with that program that we may have never seen at UAB.
Yeah. Right, exactly. And just amazing. You know, I played under him at a junior all-star game when he was at Prattville High School. Yeah. Very well respected then, you know, and just I got to see the type of coach he was. When I was playing in CFL, I was working out with the team and got to hear some of his speeches to the team, and it's like amazing. You know, you see greatness as a coach for sure.
So if you had, so I didn't mean to cut you.
No, you're good. Go
if you had to pick one game play, a game or a moment in a game for UAB, I know I put you on the spot, but
something
what would
you'll never forget.
What would that be?
Something that I'll never forget at UAB.
Or maybe it was your best, the best game you played, or the highest profile game you guys might have played. What would that be?
Okay, well, so I had a really good game. We played South Carolina one year. I want to say my junior year, if I'm not mistaken. Went to South Carolina, and you know, I've been to Tennessee. You know, you play these money games for us. Getting these big stadiums. South Carolina was loud. It was really loud. They had an amazing sound system, and you can just hear the fans. I don't know if it was the shape of the stadium or what.
It's a small stadium too.
It is. It's not that big, but yeah, they get really loud. It's hard to even hear your teammate next to you on the field. It's that loud.
That's crazy.
And Tennessee had 110, and you know, you could hear clearly, you know, just the.
Although I get so sick of hearing that stupid chicken.
Right. And you know what? So I'll say 2 games. All right, we went to double overtime with Tennessee, and it was amazing. You know, I think it was their first home game of that season. Went to double overtime, ended up losing the game. But it was amazing, you know, crowd. It was just the article that morning said this is a cupcake game for
a cupcake head.
Yeah, for
you know, they got choked on that
double overtime.
Right. So I think those 2 are 2 that stand out to me. Probably the South Carolina game. Ended up having like 3 sacks that game. Had a great game. Yeah. Spurrier. I think his son was the quarterback at the time, if I'm not mistaken. And Tennessee game. You know, you go to their stadium, supposed to be a cupcake game, and you got those 110,000 people still standing there till the last second. See who's gonna win this game. You know what I mean?
Man. I got one. Here's what I want to know. Who do you think? Because I always talk. Anytime we have an athlete on the show, or I talk to athletes outside of the show, I always say, who's the best athlete or the best player you ever played against? In any, I mean, it's crazy because you'll hear some. Some of this stuff. You don't realize.
That's a great question. Let me say the best I've played with. Can I say that one?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, and it's sad to say this, but he never played after high school.
Okay.
Great guy. He was a friend of mine. His name is Devin Stalwart.
Okay.
I didn't play, you know, I don't know how many years. I've been playing since I was like 8 years old. I stopped when I was 29, you know. Yeah. So imagine those many years.
Oh, yeah.
And the best guy I played with, it was a guy in high school.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's sad to say, and I mean, I want to, for kids watching this, you know, it showed that it takes much more than your athletic ability to make it to that next level.
Yep.
Yeah. This guy, you know, wasn't dealt the best hand of cards, but just whatever didn't go further along in the football world.
Yeah.
However, he was by far one of the best athletes I think I played with personally.
Yeah.
Yes.
That is awesome story.
I played with a kid in high school the same way. Never played college football, and to this day, I'm telling you, this kid had letters everywhere. Could have played anywhere. This kid was a monster.
Right.
But ended up, didn't play after high school, but he was a freak athlete. My man, big, strong, could run. So
Right.
Once you said you played for Neil Callaway and you played for Watson Brown. Now, was Watson Brown Callaway was Watson Brown's offensive line coach, wasn't he, or something like that? Wasn't they tied together?
Not to my knowledge. I had because Callaway, came from Georgia.
That's
I don't
what it was.
know
He was the offensive line coach at Georgia.
Yes, and I think OC, but I don't know if he was the play caller there. But yeah, he I don't know. He came from Georgia and basically was an offensive line guy that I knew of, but came in, as the head coach basically.
Yeah.
But yeah, and they were two totally separate coach. Watson Brown was more of the players' coach. The players kind of got to do what we wanted to do.
Yeah.
Of course, he was a coach that wanted us to do our job.
Oh yeah.
And then Callaway come in and it's a dictatorship.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? This is how we're gonna do it.
Yep.
This is how we're gonna do jumping jacks, and this is how we're gonna stretch. You know what I mean? From the beginning to the end, basically.
Well, that's a pretty remarkable deal there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I got one more question before we get into making some picks.
All right.
You got anything?
I'm good. I just like hearing the stories.
I got
man.
a good
It's
one. Well, and I'll tell you this too. You were talking about a little bit ago how the record didn't reflect it as well, but you played with some studs at UAB.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So tell everybody about the All-Star game you played in. Here locally. This is gonna shock you.
Right. Okay. So I was telling them. So basically, I was saying how when I got to UAB, we had a lot of talent on the team. Guys, great guys they were great athletes. I played in the Alabama-Mississippi All-Star game, and if I'm not mistaken, we had 7 UAB commits in that game.
Oh, wow.
I think Alabama-Auburn had 5 or 6 in
More than Alabama and Auburn.
We had more than Alabama and Auburn in the Alabama-Mississippi game. With that being said, I think only 4 of those guys out of that game end up making it to UAB. I think 3 end up going to JUCO, and I don't know what happened after that.
Right.
They never
Kind
came.
of fall off after that.
Yeah,
but
it kind of fall off.
Still, though, to have 7 commits in a game
That's
where you've got
incredible.
more than Auburn or Alabama,
Right.
I mean, you had some talent
That's incredible.
playing over there.
Exactly. So, it's funny because that show how this is such a great game where even though you have that talent coming in, you still got to figure out the pieces,
Yeah.
Get everybody on the same page.
What about superstitions?
Superstitions.
This is my deal. I want to know because let me tell you something. I played golf with a guy the other day who shot a 63. Unbelievable.
Man.
Wow.
I mean, it was Will Townsend
Getting it.
shot a 63 in golf. But you
Is this
see,
the Will Townsend that played at Huntington College?
he played at Huntington College.
Oh wow.
Do you know what a big deal that is?
That's a
It's a
huge
big
deal.
deal.
I'm just starting off in golf. So
Well, let me tell you.
You
So
have
that's
to as a real
that's a
estate
bigger-
agent. You
Let me
got
tell
to as a real
Will,
estate,
Will
right?
Townsend, he's
Big
kind of
deal
a
to
big
me.
deal. Like he
Yeah.
is. I don't know if you. It's John Rahm, it's Tiger Woods, and somewhere in there, and then it's Will Townsend.
Will Townsend. Oh,
Will
yeah.
Townsend.
You gotta
So I
have
don't know
him
if y'all
up
know
there
that,
top.
but anyway,
Gotta have him up top.
you see these golfers who have these routines, right? You got to
Right.
walk up, practice swing twice. If you're somebody like one of our other marketing reps, that routine usually takes about 32 minutes on every swing. But you see the same thing in every sport. There's
Right.
superstitions. There's things I have to do before every game.
right.
Did you personally have any superstitions? And if not, what was the weirdest thing you saw that somebody had to do at every game?
I didn't personally have any superstitions. And I try to keep it that way because I feel like you get something. Say you got just say a lucky towel.
Yeah.
What happens when you leave that lucky towel? You know what I mean? So I try personally to stay away from that stuff. And honestly, thinking back, just the superstitions I've seen, I guess the thing that jumps out of my head is a player we had in when I was in Canada. Which in Canada you meet some strange people from the beginning.
Hey.
Yes, you
And,
said.
and don't get me wrong, I love my Canadian friends and and people, but these the Canadian football guys, they're football guys during the football season, hockey guys during the hockey season.
Oh, yeah.
They do everything. So anyway, one of the offensive linemen, he used to get real hyped up before the game, and I can't, the sniff packets before if you were to pass out,
Oh, yeah.
they put
Smelling
them on
salts.
the smelling salt.
Yeah.
Basically, he would have like a big old kind of like water bottle of smelling salts, shaking it up.
Oh,
so
man.
imagine like Imagine like 10 of those in a bottle. He poke holes in the top and he like squirt that smell in his nose and just get so hyped.
But that right there,
Wake you up. That'll wake you up quick.
Exactly.
It'll get you hyped up.
It'll wake you up,
I think Aaron Donaldson does that.
Oh, does he?
I think he does the same thing.
I can believe it because, I mean, those, and, it's a little normal for right before the kickoff, a player take one just to, like, kind of get going. But when you have multiple in the bottle pushing the air out on you.
That's pretty serious there.
that's probably
serious.
And that was a every game thing for him. And he would be so hyped. And he'll come around and he'll shoot it in your face, shoot it in your face.
Wide open.
Exactly.
How about a bunch of guys out there running on 10?
Yeah. I bet you it'd take him about 2 days to go to sleep after that.
But there's no way I go to sleep after that.
No way.
Yeah.
That's a serious deal.
Right.
I'll tell you what else is a serious deal. These picks were about to lay down.
I want to know what our overall records are. Do you have those stats?
I don't right offhand. Because,
that's not very good prepared, Coach.
Well, here's why. There's been a lot happening this week. It's been a busy week. But I can figure it up real quick because I do know that going into this past week, I was 13-12.
That's correct.
That was a winning record. Was a winning record. I this week went 2-6. That's not good. Tim Stanfield was 12-12. Or I'm sorry, I was 13-11.
That's right. You were one game. Yeah.
Tim Stanfield was 12-12. He went 2-8 also. And one Benji Wilson, who was 9-15.
That's not something to be proud of.
Went 5-3 this week, and is the reigning champion for this week at 5-3.
Well, we're going to get the overall stats.
Yep.
But more importantly, we got Brian on here that can help pick some stats. Maybe
Brian's he's gonna nail this stuff.
I hope so.
So right now, the best we've ever had on a guest picker was 5-3. So no pressure. But if you can go 6-2, you could get chiseled in stone forever. So. Okay. Or at least remembered for a little while.
Yeah.
All right. Let's get to it. First game. Here's what. Oh, by the way, for those of you out there, we do have Mayday's picks.
Yes.
Mayday has sent his picks in to me. I'll be reading his picks first. And then Bryant will go directly after that, and then me and Benji will make our picks.
And as always, if you have your picks, put them right here in the chat.
Drop them down.
We do make sure that we get those on the show each week as well.
Yep, we'll tell you who that is. Here we go. Game 1. We do have a point spread on this one.
We got 2 point spreads.
We got 2 games this week with point spreads, which is odd for us. But game 1, Ole Miss. We're coming out of the gate hot here.
Let's go.
Ole Miss at Alabama. Alabama is a 14.5-point favorite. And the one and only Mayday Malone has taken Alabama minus the 14.5.
He's covering. Okay.
Bryant, what do you think about this game?
I mean, I think it'll be a great game, first of all. Probably one of the best ones we'll probably see other than Alabama, Florida, maybe. I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, I have Alabama winning, but I do not believe they will cover the spread.
There it is. The man says no cover.
I have to agree with Brian.
So he's going Ole Miss.
I believe Alabama will win, but I don't think they'll cover the spread. I'm going Ole Miss in the spread.
All right, so right now we got Mayday taking Alabama to cover. We got you two that thinks Alabama wins but does not cover. I'm telling you, I believe Ole Miss wins this game outright.
Oh, man.
Not only do they cover, listen, Lane Kiffin may be the best play caller we've seen in our lifetime.
You're exactly right about that.
100%. He can call, and this is not the same Alabama defense we're used to seeing. And this offense, this will be the first time that you're going to have Bryce Young having to try to keep up.
Yeah.
And score with a team.
I think that's exactly right. Brian, we were talking about that before the show. I think that the challenge is going to be that Ole Miss will score quickly. Okay, they're gonna come out of the gate scoring quickly, but can they wear down Alabama's defense enough, and vice versa? I think Alabama or Ole Miss's defense is going to be on the field.
It sounds like you're trying to switch and come to my side of this.
No, I'm not. I'm saying Alabama's going to win.
Well, moving on.
But Ole Miss is going to cover the spread.
Woo! All right, here we go. Moving on. We got Auburn at LSU.
Who'd Mayday go with this one?
Mayday took LSU.
Oh, wow.
Listen, man. Listen, when it comes to making picks, you don't pick with your heart.
You're right.
You can't pick with this, baby. You got to go here.
Right.
Who you got?
All right.
Well, people come off of tough losses all the time. Auburn's coming off a tough win. but they're going to treat it like a tough loss.
It was a tough win.
Exactly. So I think I got Auburn winning this one. I think they're going to, get back going because I think they were heading in the right direction. There was that one game. So I think they'll get back going. I think they'll pull this one
Can't tell you
off.
how much I hope you're right.
I do too. I have to agree with Brian on this one. Even though it's an 8 o'clock, it's an 8 o'clock game at night, ESPN night game. That game is always good. The challenge Auburn's going to be up against is it is in Tiger Stadium, down in Baton Rouge.
Have you been there, by the way?
I have been there before at a night game, and it is an incredible game to go to.
My wife had a heat stroke at that stadium.
Oh, I'm
True
sure.
story.
I didn't heard that before.
It was the hottest place we've ever been.
I've heard that before.
But I will say this. I think TJ gets the start. And I think TJ comes out and loose cannon. I think we throw to our wide receivers. I hate what happened to our wide receiver coach this past week, but I think our wide receivers are going to step up this week and give him some time to throw. We'll see what happens.
Right.
Buddy, I can't tell you how much I hope you're both right. Unfortunately, I think you're both wrong. Listen, this is a game that I will gladly be wrong on. I hope I'm wrong, but I took LSU. I think right now, there's something going on
internally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It feels like something's off. TJ Finley makes me a little nervous going back to his home state, back to his stadium, playing against his old team. I could see him coming out there being too amped up, making some mistakes.
Yeah, I can see where you're coming from.
Now you got to bring Bo back in. Bo comes in trying to press because he doesn't want to lose that spot once he comes back in. I hope the wheels don't fall off, but it's got potential for the wheels to fall off in this game.
We'll see.
So, I hope you're right. All right, we got Michigan.
By the way, I hope I'm right, too.
We all do.
Yeah.
Michigan at Wisconsin. All right, it's a tough one. And Mayday went Michigan. The old Fighting Harbaughs.
Okay.
Which I think Harbaugh may be the most overrated coach in college football, but that's fine.
You think so? All right, I got Michigan also.
Okay. I like it.
You got a reason why, or you?
I really don't. I have no dog in this fight. I feel like
a dead even game.
It really is.
I feel like just Michigan's gonna win it out. I feel like I don't know. I feel like it's time for Michigan to kind of get back going to what they used to be personally.
Yeah.
And I feel like they feel that way also. So that's why I feel like they're gonna just.
I can tell you why they feel that way is the amount of money they're paying Harbaugh to not win. That's why they feel that way.
Yeah, you're right.
Exactly.
You're right.
We better start winning at some point.
I'm actually taking – last week we had Notre Dame and Wisconsin.
We did.
Okay, and we said they were at home. They were at a neutral field.
Yeah.
All right. This week Wisconsin is at home, and to your point, they are a coin flip. I'm only going the Badgers because they're at home. That's the only reason I'm picking them.
That's not a bad pick. I went Michigan, however. I do think Michigan's got more athletes. I think they're the better football team. I think Wisconsin's better coached, and I like them at home. But I think at the end of the day, Michigan's going to have just enough. Now, I'm telling you, I think this is a field goal game. This is going to be it's going to be a coin toss at the end, and I think they'll both try to lose it. They just, unfortunately, they both can't.
Yeah.
So, all right, next ball game. Tennessee at Missouri. I struggled with this game.
What Mayday go?
Mayday in this game goes Missouri. He's going with the Tigers.
Holy cow. Okay.
So, Mayday stepped out and went Tigers. What you think about this one?
I think I'm going with Tennessee. I feel like I feel like Tennessee, they're going there, but I think they're ready to win a game. I just personally think they're the better team that's going to win this game. Yeah.
I got some studs.
I agree with my man Bryant. I think Tennessee is going to go to Missouri and win. I do.
Okay. Well,
who you got?
I got Missouri. I'm starting to feel like we're against each other this whole day. Did y'all two team up here?
I just think Tennessee. To your point, it's time for them to do something. They got to get it rolling. And what a better way to do it against Missouri?
Well, and listen, Missouri's not we talk about places being a tough place to play. Missouri's not a tough place to play. So if you're going to get a road win, that's not a bad place to go do it.
Right.
I like the way Missouri spreads the ball out.
Yeah.
And I think that gives Tennessee fits in ways. And again, kind of what we talked about with Alabama having to try to compete scoring-wise with keeping up. I think if Missouri can come out and jump on Tennessee, Tennessee's going to struggle to try to keep up.
Yeah, you're right.
So I took Missouri. Next ball game, Cincinnati at Notre Dame. I feel like Notre Dame is on here every week.
They are.
And I'll take them on here every week as long as it's not against Florida State. Ugh.
Who'd Mayday get?
Mayday went Notre Dame. Fighting Irish, baby. He went straight leprechaun.
Yeah. I'm going with Mayday. I'm going to Notre Dame also.
Okay.
Notre Dame, I feel like, I don't know. I personally feel like Notre Dame's a little overrated, personally.
I do too.
I
do too.
And they're always in the conversation. However, they do win ball games, so I think they'll definitely pull this one out.
They find ways to win.
They find ways to win ball games, yeah.
So I've actually got Cincinnati.
Okay.
And Notre Dame, we talked about this last week. They have struggled all year long except last week. They came out against Wisconsin. There was a little back and forth there at the beginning, but they pulled away at the end and just put a beating down.
They did.
But I think Cincinnati can play with them, and it's going to be tough to play, obviously, at Notre Dame. But I think Cincinnati.
Buddy, listen. I'm with you. I went Bearcats too here. First of all, a Bearcat. How cool is a Bearcat? But second of all, that game last week looked like a runaway. But to anybody who watched it,
it was a struggle.
It was a 6-point game.
Yeah.
Until like 8 minutes left in the game. And then a couple things happened defensively, ball turnover for a touchdown.
You're right.
They won that game last week with 9 yards rushing. If you can't run the ball against Cincinnati,
you won't
win. And so I took Bearcat.
I like your pick.
You should. It's a solid pick. Baylor at Oklahoma State. This is another one. I guarantee the high score of this week comes out of this ball.
Oh, you're right.
It's going to be a high-scoring game. Mayday went with OK State.
I haven't seen either one of them play, so I really didn't know about this game. I went with Oklahoma State because I personally feel they got a couple more athletes than Baylor, and that's really the only reason I went with them.
They are loaded up.
Yeah.
I actually went with Baylor Bears this week. And last week I picked Iowa State to beat Baylor,
right?
Because they were highly ranked. They were in the top 10, and then laid an egg.
Right.
So Baylor came out. Their offense was good last week. Let's see what they can do. Again, they're going to Oklahoma, to play. But
to Boone Pickens.
I mean,
isn't that the stadium, Boone Pickens Stadium or whatever? Guys dropped like $200 million into his. One guy, one donor has donated like $200 million. That's not made up. That's for real. I think he dropped $160 million at one time on the stadium.
Wow.
I wish he was an Auburn alumni. All right, so I personally am going Oklahoma State. This is a absolute coin toss.
Are you calling like a 50-49 game?
Buddy, yes. And I think the only reason I'm going to Oklahoma State is because it's at home. Yeah. Because I think you could put these two in a bag, shake them up, pull one out. It's the same team regardless.
Yeah.
You don't get anything one way or the other that's different. So I got Oklahoma State just because they're at home this week.
This next game is fantastic.
This is our second point spread game this week, and I do love this game. Arkansas at Georgia. Arkansas is an 18.5-point underdog to Georgia Bulldogs. So Mayday is taking Arkansas plus the points.
Okay.
So Mayday believes Arkansas will stay within 18.5.
But Georgia will still win.
But Georgia will still win.
Okay.
All right, where are you at?
I personally believe that Georgia's going to cover the spread, and they will win.
Go get them.
And probably go more than the spread. I think Georgia's just firing on all cylinders right now. Yeah. They got a great defense. They got a high-scoring offense. You saw what they did to my UAB Blazers.
Oh, yeah.
They sent us back home crying. And, we laid an egg, but they put up points every week.
They do.
You know what I mean?
They do.
I don't think they'll have a – now, I do think it'll be a good game. Do not get me wrong, but I do think they'll cover the spread and win the game.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going with Mayday here. Okay. I do think Georgia will win.
Right.
I do think Georgia will win.
Right.
But I think Arkansas will stay within the point spread. Their defense with their coach Pittman, he came from Georgia, right? Yeah. I just think that he's got the defensive strategy. Obviously, Georgia's defense is the best defense in the country. Right. Nobody would argue with that. Mm-hmm. But I think that Arkansas will put up points, and I think they keep it within the point spread.
Right. Bryant, man, I love you. But you're on this one. I'm with them.
That's fine.
I honestly believe Georgia is, and I'll tell you this, if you're right, we may be looking at a new number one team next week.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Because if Ole Miss and Alabama is a close game and Georgia thumps Arkansas,
they'll flip them.
You may see somebody jump. But I don't think you're right. Because I think what's going to happen, Arkansas, kind of what you touched on. So Barry Odom is the defensive coordinator over there at Arkansas.
Yeah.
Barry Odom, I think, is one of the best defense coordinators in the country. And it's because every week that game plan is completely customized to who he's playing.
Yep.
And I think they'll come out and they're going to be the first team that can give Georgia fits on defense. Now, they're in no chance they beat Georgia.
Right.
But I can see them staying within 17 points and giving Georgia some fits. I think they work on Georgia early, and then Georgia gets a touchdown late to sort of stretch it out a little bit. But I think Arkansas stays in it.
I like it.
Now the game, Bryant is here to pick.
Oh, yeah.
This is my man. This is where I wish I had, like, headgear like Corso. that'd be a Mayday deal.
The Flames come to town, sold-out stadium.
You have the Liberty Flames coming to the first game ever played in Protective Life Stadium for the UAB Blazers. Bryant will be attending. Half of Birmingham will be attending.
Yes.
Sold out for game one. My man Mayday, because he's so fired up about the Blazers playing in their first home game, went Liberty. My man goes Liberty Flames. Said, listen, hey, thanks. Glad all this. Glad all this.
It looks nice.
Liberty Flames. Fighting freezes.
Right.
All right, Bryant.
Well, I mean, it's obvious who I'm going to choose. I'm choosing the Blazers, of course. And it's a hard thing for sure. You said don't choose it with your heart, choose it with your mind. But you got to think about how big this is for our Blazers. You know what I mean?
It's massive.
It's not only our Blazers coach, Coach Clark.
Yep.
We won't go into it, but you told me about the coach in high school and how that worked. I feel like it's today. It's such a big deal for Coach Clark. It's such a big deal for the city of Birmingham. It's such a big deal for so many people. And one of the biggest difference at UAB now than when I was there, they expect to win.
Oh, yeah.
UAB don't think they're going to lose this game.
That's right.
They really don't.
No.
The players believe in their heart and in their mind that they're going to win. So that's the difference in, like, you have Auburn playing Georgia State. Georgia State was hoping to win.
Yeah.
Auburn expected to win and should have won, and they won. But I think that's going to be UAB come tomorrow in a sold-out stadium.
Woo! My man done gave me chills over here.
I like it.
You need to go speak to the team before the game.
I will say I love Hugh Freeze. I love Hugh Freeze. He's a great
coach.
coach.
Coach you from a hospital bed.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I think their offense of Liberty is going to put up points. There's no question about it.
Right.
But I agree with you. I'm going UAB at home in the new stadium. Got to pull for our local Birmingham. I'm sorry. It is what it is.
It is what it is.
Right.
And I'm going to tell you that I have on my paper to pick the Liberty Flames. However, Bryant has stirred the emotions.
Are you flipping your
Bryant?
pick?
You're not supposed to pick with my heart, but Bryant's got me fired up over here.
I love it.
Right.
He's got me changed. And now that I'm sitting here looking at it from that aspect, you're right. Like, these guys honestly believe they should win this ball game.
Yeah, they do.
And they've played tough competition against Georgia. So nothing Liberty has is going to be better than what they've already played against. I'm going UAB. Come on, Blazers.
I like it. I'm glad we don't have the graphics popping up down here because you'd have thrown the guys in the back for a loop.
Come on, baby. No, they just had to put a big extra. All right, so there's our picks. Going to be a big week of football this week.
Don't forget to make your picks right here below us in the chat. Catch us on YouTube as well. You can watch on YouTube. Just search for SERVPRO BHAM as well as right here on Facebook.
We're also about to do a big referral drawing. We've got us a guest guy here. We're going to let him do the picks. So here's how this is going to work, guys. Last week, we forgot to do our referral drawing. So we're about to, speaking of UAB, we're going to pull out a name. Whoever Bryant pulls out, that person is going to win 2 tickets to brand new Protective Life Stadium.
Nice.
They're going to watch that game tomorrow night.
And let me tell you about these tickets we have, SERVPRO, okay?
Amazing.
They are on about the 45-yard line.
Nice.
We are about where the open
club level
recreation area is, club level. You've got all the food and drinks you want up there.
They'll be next to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I want to say our seats from that are like 10 rows down.
Yep.
So you're high enough in the stadium, brand new stadium, 45-yard line, maybe you'll see Bryant
Oh,
right
you'll
there.
see me. I'm right in that area.
Be looking for him. Be looking for him.
If you see Bryant, run by there and tell him, say, hey, I saw you on the show, and arm wrestling. Challenge him to an arm wrestling competition or something.
Let him draw. Let's let him draw.
All right, Bryant. So the first one you're going to draw, that, like I said, we're going to pull for the UAB. Oh, my God, is it up under here? We're going to pull UAB first.
Okay.
Then we're also going to draw for 2 tickets to the Alabama-Ole Miss game.
Okay.
All right, so let's get these mixed up good. I don't want any shenanigans. All right.
I'm pumped about the game tomorrow at UAB.
All right, let's see what we got here.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
What you said it was on ESPN 2, right?
ESPN 2, I believe. Yeah, 6 o'clock Central.
Mike Kennedy.
Mike Kennedy,
congratulations. You just won 2 tickets to the Liberty UAB game for tomorrow night. It's a night game, correct?
Yeah.
Correct, 6 o'clock.
So 6 o'clock, be ready for that. Mike, we're going to have Rob
Congrats.
run these out to you today because those are hard. By the way, have you seen the tickets?
Yeah.
Like, they're not – most of the schools are going with these digital tickets. These are legitimate,
old school
big,
tickets.
nice, good-looking tickets.
Oh, yeah.
And those are the ones you wear for the club
Yep,
section.
put them
Yep,
on a
yep,
lanyard.
Yep.
They're sharp. All right, now we're pulling for the Alabama-Ole Miss game tomorrow.
Going to Tuscaloosa.
Come on, baby. Pull something good. Let's see what we got here. We got, well, does not have this. Oh, there it is. Hayes Raspberry.
Hayes Raspberry.
Congratulations. You got Ole Miss, Alabama tickets. That's going to be a ball game.
Oh, yeah.
That will be a game.
Absolutely.
And you don't think
That's
it's
a CBS game, right?
Yeah, and you don't think that's going to be loud and obnoxious? That's going to say that. It's Alabama and Ole Miss. But I don't mind doing it. I don't mind throwing that out there. So, Hayes Raspberry, congratulations. I think Nathan Hale is who will be getting you your tickets and getting you set up for the game tomorrow.
Yeah.
Guys, enjoy football this weekend. Enjoy the weekend. It's supposed to be pretty. Enjoy the
it's
weekend.
Beautiful weather.
Yeah.
I'll be sitting at home crying because I'm on call this week. And what happens when you're on call? It means if you guys have a problem and you reach out, you'll be talking to me.
Right.
Yours truly, Coach, at 205-664-6770. Call me with any issues
Hey,
you
by
have
the way,
this
if you
weekend.
need any real estate needs, call Bryant. You've got his info. His info's in our Facebook and YouTube posts. Reach out to him.
Yes,
Hey,
sir. Appreciate it.
more than a good football player, more than a good real estate guy. He's just a good guy.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Good dude to sit around and talk to. So if you see him out in town, stop him and talk to him. Tell him that say, hey, I'm here to harass you because Coach told me to.
It sounds good to me.
And again, try to get that arm wrestling comp. We're going to get you to arm wrestle some of the guys in the back. I want to see, see you break some arm. He said, let's do it. Let's go. All right, guys, as always, we appreciate everything you do.
Yeah, thank you guys very much.
We appreciate your confidence in us and your trust in us when you call us for these issues. And if you ever need us, call us, Birmingham.